And a recent KCBD investigation has caught the attention of a state lawmaker. Earlier this month, the Investigates team requested the video from a body-worn camera on a Lubbock police officer attempting to stop a vehicle by shooting out its tires.
That request was denied due to a recent state law that places restrictions on when departments can release video. As investigative reporter Shaley explains, our report about the law, which also included an interview with the Lubbock police chief, now has a state representative taking a second look at it.
But did you see our recent story and our interview with Chief Stevens about the body camera law?
It's often not enough for me to stand at the podium and say this is what happened.
I did. Great story. Certainly the police chief raised some very legitimate concerns.
Concerns like this one.
The body-worn camera law is a little precarious.
That's the response Lubbock Police Chief Greg Stevens gave at a news conference when asked if he would release an officer's body-worn camera video that allegedly captures the officer shooting at a suspect's tires.
I would rather put out video than not, and so let me do some research and make sure that I don't run afoul of state law.
As the KCBD investigative team reported earlier this month, Chief Stevens said he checked with the city attorney, and according to this recent state law, they can't release the video. It's something we asked District 28 Representative Burrows about. Specifically referencing deadly force incidents. It says that they can't release it until everything basically is finally adjudicated. But then it says the law enforcement agency may release to the public a recording if it furthers a law enforcement purpose. Is that giving too much power to the police department?
Maybe.
Do you think they could look at this and say, this video may not make the police department look so good, so let's go ahead and restrict access to it, not give it to the media or the public, whoever's requesting it?
I think the public's right to know, the public's need to know is a very important consideration. And also I want the police chief to be able to release this information because I think more times than not, probably most times, it's going to show that we have great law enforcement, really solid, they did exactly what they're supposed to do, and we don't need to have that cloud of doubt lingering because that video is being withheld.
Hands out of your pockets, please.
Doubt the chief doesn't want.
Because it's my goal to release video anytime we can. That's how you build transparency.
23 with the vehicle, drivers passed out in the front seat.
Senator Charles Perry says this topic has come up recently in Senate hearings.
You're going to see those windows of opportunity to have those body cam and that footage and stuff more available and more transparent.
Wake up, you hear me?
It's just really come on board as an awareness item in the last 12 months.
Bring your other hand back.
However, Senator Perry says he has some concerns.
If you're starting to release stuff really before it was vetted or the narrative, if you will, can be developed as to what really went down here, you may do a disservice to either side of that.
It's going to be an Arizona tag.
Something Representative Burrows says he wants to look into.
I do want to talk to the district attorney about that and talk to the attorney general's office about that. But, I heard pretty clearly on your story that more times than not, the police chief wants to release this ahead of that. So I think their interests are very much need to be taken into consideration.
Do you think this law is restricting transparency?
I think it can.
Representative Burrows says his main concern is the privacy of the individuals captured in the video who are not police officers.
So we're seeing if there's a way to make sure that their faces can be blurred out.
He says after watching KCBD's investigative report, it seems the law is too vague.
I think it was a very well done story. Certainly, drove home the point that it needs to take a second look at it.
Shaley Sanders, KCBD, News Channel 11.